Polarisian Souls. If you are a Polarisian soul, this message speaks directly to you. Very few descriptions ever address you with precision. What you are about to hear brings language to experiences you have lived for a long time, often without explanation. Listen closely. This is where recognition begins. You carry a powerful inner charge. Movement feels natural to you. Speed feels familiar. Initiation feels safe. You enter life actively, decisively, with visible energy. People sense your presence immediately. They feel momentum around you. You often become the one who starts, ignites, and pushes forward. Now you are about to hear something rarely said this clearly. The first layer of difficulty for Polarisian souls lives in the physical and material realm. Stability requires more effort than inspiration. Results feel delayed compared to your inner drive. Money flows in waves rather than lines. Projects spark quickly and struggle to hold form. You move ahead while reality reorganizes behind you. This creates a very specific inner experience. You feel capable, alive, and driven, while tangible grounding feels inconsistent. You invest force, time, and attention, yet outcomes often lag behind your intensity. You sense potential that has not fully landed. This gap creates pressure that is difficult to explain to others. From here, a deeper emotional layer emerges. Fear does not appear as hesitation. It appears as motion. You fear stagnation. You fear being slowed down. You fear losing relevance or impact if movement stops. So you keep initiating. You keep accelerating. You keep generating momentum, even when your body asks for arrival. Now listen carefully. This is a key moment of recognition. Your mind developed as a creative instrument inside this speed. You think quickly, adaptively, and logic works for you as navigation rather than control. You reframe situations with ease. You find solutions under pressure. You transform uncertainty into direction. This creative intelligence supports you in unstable environments and keeps you moving forward. Pure energy, a natural initiating force, an inner engine that activates change without waiting for permission. When this energy aligns, it inspires action in others. It brings life into dormant spaces. It sets things in motion simply through presence. What you are hearing now names experiences you may have carried quietly for years. This is the beginning of clarity, and what follows will deepen your understanding of why these patterns repeat in your life. This system was created by the Starseed Soul Project to give clear language to real human experience. It was shaped through observing how people live, love, choose, build, and repeat the same inner stories across years. It exists to help you recognize yourself without labels, mysticism, or explanations that feel distant from life. What you are hearing now is part of that work. And if this resonates, it resonates because it describes something you already know from the inside. Now we move into the most sensitive territory for Polarisian souls: relationships. Here is something you are about to hear that is rarely spoken this directly. In relationships, you bring energy first. You show up alive, present, involved. You initiate contact. You initiate movement. You initiate growth. At the beginning, everything feels bright and charged. The connection feels exciting, fast, full of potential. People feel pulled toward you because life feels stronger around you. The difficulty appears later. You notice that grounding, reliability, and consistency begin to depend on you. You feel responsible for keeping the connection alive. You notice that when you slow down, the relationship loses direction, so you speed up again. This creates a specific kind of pain. You feel close through intensity rather than safety. You stay connected through motion rather than rest. You invest energy while waiting for the relationship to settle into something solid. Often, that solidity never fully arrives. Now listen carefully. This explains something you may have lived many times. The pattern repeats. You meet someone who feels exciting and alive. The bond develops quickly. There is passion, movement, inspiration, then structure weakens. Consistency fades. Shared responsibility becomes unclear. You respond by adding more effort, more presence. You become the one who keeps things going, the one who adjusts, the one who reignites. You carry the emotional charge while hoping the relationship will eventually stabilize. Another moment of recognition comes here. Slowing down feels unsafe to you inside relationships. You sense that if you stop initiating, the connection will drift, so you stay active. You stay engaged. You stay in motion. This cycle leaves a very specific feeling. You feel wanted for your spark. You feel appreciated for your energy. At the same time, you feel alone in holding the direction of the bond, powerful and tired at once. This repetition shapes expectations. You begin to associate love with effort, connection with movement, stability with constant involvement. What you are hearing now puts words to something you may have felt without explanation. These patterns did not appear randomly. They formed through an inner orientation toward activation and momentum. You naturally become the engine in connection. The relationship becomes the space where your energy moves. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward a different experience of intimacy, one where connection rests as well as moves. And this understanding opens the door to a new way of relating that does not depend on constant ignition. A shift begins when you start noticing something subtle but important. Relationships do not need constant movement to stay alive. Presence starts to feel more supportive than intensity. Calm moments begin to feel safer than emotional acceleration. This understanding usually comes after tiredness, not theory. Now pay attention. What you are about to hear is something many Polarisian souls recognize instantly, even if they never had words for it. Your experience in relationships mirrors your experience with money and material life. You approach work, projects, and income with the same energy you bring into connection: fast, active, initiating. You see opportunities quickly. You act before others hesitate. You start things easily and with enthusiasm. Material results often feel uneven. Money comes in waves rather than steady flow. Income grows through bursts. Projects feel exciting at the start and then lose structure. You can work intensely and still feel that outcomes do not fully match your effort. This creates frustration that is difficult to explain to people around you. Here is something you may have never heard said this clearly. This experience does not come from lack of ability or commitment. It comes from speed outrunning form. Inside, there is tension between how fast you move and how slowly results settle. You feel ready now? Reality responds later. You live slightly ahead of what is being built. This creates an inner conflict around value. You measure yourself through action, output, and momentum. Movement feels connected to self-worth. Pauses feel uncomfortable. Stillness brings questions about usefulness and relevance. You feel most confident when you are doing something, starting something, pushing something forward. Your body often carries this tension quietly. Restlessness, difficulty staying with one rhythm, a sense of always preparing for the next step. Your mind moves ahead while your body finishes the current moment. Now listen closely. This part is rarely named. Your value does not come from constant action. Your energy becomes more effective when it has time to land. Stability grows when you allow results to mature instead of starting over too quickly. As this awareness settles, something begins to change. Work becomes more sustainable. Money reflects consistency rather than spikes. You choose fewer directions with deeper involvement. The material world responds when you give yourself permission to arrive fully. This is the point where Polarisian energy starts to ground itself. Movement remains, drive remains, initiation remains. And now there is also weight, form, and continuity. At the shadow point of the Polarisian path, there is a truth that stays hidden for a long time. You live in movement so naturally that stopping feels unfamiliar. Action feels like home. Initiation feels like safety. You are used to being the one who brings energy into situations, so quiet moments can feel empty instead of nourishing. Here is something you are about to hear that almost no one ever says out loud. Your shadow does not look like weakness. It looks like constant motion. Restlessness becomes a habit. You move on before something has time to settle. You switch direction when depth begins to form. You leave situations when rhythm slows down. This creates the feeling of progress while something important stays unfinished inside. Another layer of this shadow lives in how you relate to yourself. Being active feels valuable. Being still feels confusing. When nothing is happening, questions arise about usefulness and importance. So you create movement again. New ideas, new plans, new directions. This explains something you may have lived with for years. The turning point begins when maturity reshapes your understanding of power. You start to sense that influence does not come only from speed. Presence carries weight. Staying carries meaning. Depth creates impact. This shift often feels strange at first. Slowing down challenges your identity. Choosing one direction challenges your instinct to explore many. Remaining with one relationship or one project asks for a different kind of strength. As this change unfolds, fear changes its role. Fear stops pushing you forward and starts offering information. You begin listening to signals from your body. You notice when energy wants grounding instead of expansion. Your thinking becomes more selective. Your choices become clearer because they are fewer. This is where integration starts to happen. Your energy gathers instead of scattering. Your logic supports direction instead of constant adjustment. Your actions begin creating continuity. Effort turns into impact. In higher expression, Polarisian souls live as directed force. You still initiate. You still inspire. You still move first. Now your movement builds something that lasts. Relationships feel alive and steady at the same time. Work feels engaging and sustainable. Your presence feels anchoring to others. People trust your leadership because it holds direction. You no longer need to prove your power through constant action. Your energy speaks for itself. It lands. It stays. It shapes reality over time. This is the Polarisian potential in full expression. Energy that knows where it is going. Logic that serves clarity. Action that creates form, continuity, and real change. The portal 11.11 appears here as a clear point of self-recognition. It is a structured space where inner patterns become visible through calm language and lived experience. For Polarisian souls, the portal helps bring clarity to speed, initiation, and momentum that have shaped choices in relationships, work, and direction. It offers understanding that feels grounded and practical. You see yourself reflected without pressure or interpretation. If you feel ready to continue, deeper materials are available through focused activations and relationship PDFs. They support integration in everyday life. They help translate insight into how you choose partners, pace your energy, and build stability while keeping your natural drive alive. This path supports awareness through experience rather than theory. Everything unfolds step by step in a rhythm that respects your nature. Now stay with this moment. What you are about to hear brings everything together. Your energy carries the quality of initiation. You move first. You sense direction early. You bring life into spaces that feel paused or uncertain. When aligned, your presence creates movement that feels purposeful and clear. People feel motivated around you because your energy invites action. In its mature expression, Polarisian energy becomes focused and steady. You choose direction with intention. You commit without rushing. You move forward while staying connected to what you build. Your logic supports clarity and prioritization. Your actions create continuity and form. Relationships gain depth and reliability. Connection feels alive and grounded at the same time. You share movement without carrying everything alone. Work becomes engaging and sustainable. Money reflects consistency rather than intensity. Life begins to respond to your energy with structure and stability. Let this understanding settle naturally. Allow it to guide how you commit, how you choose pace, how you decide where your force truly belongs. Your energy carries strength when it knows where to land. You are a Polarisian soul. Your origin is shaped by initiation, drive, and presence. Your destiny lives in directing that force with clarity, grounding, and conscious choice.